World War Z is the movie we are reviewing tonight on Brooks Show's Drunken Recap. That was a real bird.
Brooks Show.
Brad Pitt starts off with his family. He's got a redhead wife and 2 daughters, and he's making pancakes. And the daughter's like, all you do is make pancakes. And he's like, no, it's not, actually. I used to work for the government or some bullshit. Anyway, he drives them to school. Right away, on the way to school, someone knocks off their mirror, and then next thing you know, zombies are freaking everywhere. They're driving around, and they get into a car accident that they survive. And he gets his family out of there, and he talks to his black friend, who's like, oh, I'll rescue you, you just gotta survive until this time. And then they're running, they're on the run. They find this RV that is just like ready to go. It has a gun, it has food, it has a gas, and they just find this RV, and they're on the run. And then the daughter, she starts wheezing, and I guess she has asthma, so they have to find medicine. They go to this pharmacy, and this guy who with the hood on starts pointing a gun at them. He's like, oh, whoa, whoa. And then they're like, oh no! And then Brad Pitt goes, oh, and then all of a sudden the guy with the gun's like, oh, she has asthma? I'll give you this medicine. He's like a fucking doctor all of a sudden. He hooks them up with the medicine that they need. They get out of there. They talk to the black guy again. He's like, oh, we can't rescue you until morning. And then the redhead's like, oh, we're gonna put flares on the roof. So they put flares on the roof. Brad Pitt's running from the zombies everywhere. Everything's going crazy. They get finally rescued on the roof by a helicopter. Matthew Fox from Lost is back. Apparently he's still working, and he saves them on the roof. He's like, boom, 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 all these zombies, and they get on the helicopter. He takes them back to this ship that's out in the middle of the ocean, and that's the only people in America that are still safe. He said the black guy says, oh, the president's dead, all the commander-in-chief people are all dead, and they're just trying to survive on this ship. And he goes, oh, Brad Pitt, you have to help us go into Korea to find the cure, because they had some sort of thing about a zombie, and they want to send him in, and otherwise they won't keep his family on the boat. So Brad Pitt's like, I have to go in. He's trying to help them out, and they got this doctor with him who's all like, oh, Mother Nature's the world's biggest serial killer, and she always leaves clues, so we're going to find something. And then as soon as they get to Korea, the doctor dies, and then Brad Pitt's in charge of the whole investigation, and they go, oh, okay, so there's the zombie breakout in this cell, and the guy's showing the cell, and Brad Pitt's like, oh, look at this, apparently there's other bites. And then he finds this prisoner who's in the cell, and he's like, yeah, this one country pulled out all the teeth, and then they stopped it, and then he tells them to go to Israel. So Brad Pitt's like, all right, we're flying to Jerusalem, bitches. He takes a plane to Jerusalem, and he finds out there's a big wall around the country, and they're kind of safe, and it seems all right, and they're all dancing and singing, and next thing you know, zombie walls climbing over. They're like climbing on each other, all CGI zombies for days. And they climb all over the wall, and then they get into the Jerusalem, and then Brad Pitt's like, all right, we got to get the fuck out of here. So they get on an airplane, they fly to another place, I'm not sure where it is, somewhere in like India or something, and he's like, okay, I noticed that the zombies didn't attack some people that were almost dead. Come to find out, the cure is, if you're already going to be dead, like you're going to have cancer or something, the zombies won't come after you. So Brad Pitt just injects himself with like 100 different diseases. He gets the fuck out of there, finally finds his family, and they're like, oh my god, and then the zombies are still everywhere. There's not really a full ending. It's just like, okay, we found out that if you're going to die anyway, the zombies won't kill you. So everyone's going to die, basically. Very depressing, great, pretty good movie, I guess. It was like an action movie, and I guess Brad Pitt did it for his kids. It was still fun, though. Thanks for watching another review on The Brooks Show. Boom!
Brooks Show.
What's up, Brooks Brothers? This is my drunken review of Iron Man 3. Basically, I'm going to recap the movie. I've been watching it all night, and I think it is kind of weird. It's like, it should be called Tony Stark 3, because there's basically 2 hours here, and we have about 10 minutes of Iron Man. It takes 30 minutes for him to show up at all.